Tide, known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks, now he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his sons, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. And Simeon, the thinker and contemplator, bringing you insight and knowledge that is logical, thoughtful, and on point. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at Facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff. So buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Bama sports. Yes. The Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier is live. Roll Tide, roll!
Oh man, I just started continued the fumbles that we've had all day long with the Crimson Tide. I literally just played the Martin Houston Show versus
I don't think we're live on Facebook.
Huh? We're not. I'm gonna have to get that one going. For some reason it kicked mine out. So
can you try the Houston Huddle one?
I did. I just did it. So y'all hang in there with us. We're gonna give everybody a chance to kind of gather their thoughts. Go ahead and put your good, bad, your ugly, your takeaways, etc. Man, crazy in terms of that game. I'm not sure what we just watched, but this is wow, crazy. I don't even know.
Bad.
I don't even know what to say, guys. I just I said we would either be having a celebration or a therapy session. I just did.
This might be on a intervention. Like, therapy might not be enough. There has to be some action steps on this one. I mean, 38-3. It wasn't that close.
Yeah, I mean, that was as dominant a performance as I think I've ever seen. Like,
Xavier, you ain't said anything. You ain't said anything.
You right now?
Xavier hadn't said anything.
I'll say this. It's a good thing it's January 1st, and it's also a good thing I'm a good, godly Christian man, because if I wasn't, that was. And Simeon, I really don't know if there is anything to say. It was the same issues that we face down the stretch with what potentially versus what is, as of right now, the best team in the country. Oregon could get there, get back next week, or Miami or Georgia or Ole Miss could beat them for the national championship game. But right now, I can't argue that Indiana is the best football team in college football, and it's not. And here's the thing: I don't think it's close.
I think Indiana. I mean, not Miami. Ooh, Miami. Miami might have Miami versus Indiana in the championship game.
So you writing board, y'all?
That might. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I think, truthfully, I agree with Xavier.
No, I don't care.
I don't think it matters.
Guys, I'm not ready to go there. Yeah, and Indiana's really good.
I'll go there.
You're not ready to go where?
That Indiana is clearly that much better than everybody else. Guys, Alabama
is bad.
Was anemic. Alabama made Indiana I mean, I know at the end. Go back and look at when Austin came in. The game was almost over, but they were still playing. Look how different Austin looked in that pocket. Todd made our offensive line look like they weren't blocking.
And then you pull Wilkin Formby and put Roberts in, and we get 0 sacks with our starting offensive line in the game. You pull in, and I get it. You realize that the game was over. Jaden Roberts is a senior, but at that moment, our offensive line looked 10 times worse. And I'm sorry, Caden Proctor is not who everybody keeps saying he is. and I have said it time and time again. I have thought about it, given them some reprieve. If you're an NFL team and you draft Caden Proctor in the first round to be your cornerstone left tackle, you deserve to be fired.
All right, let's slow down and kind of. I know we're going to be talking about it tomorrow on the Martin Houston show. But for those who don't know, this is a Houston Huddle. Martin Houston, that's Xavier Houston, that's Simeon Houston. Three voices every angle beyond the headlines. And we got some thoughts here. To me, we soundly got beat. Okay, so there's no sugarcoating the fact that the best team won. But Absolutely. You can't tell me that team is 31 points better than Alabama. When it was 3-0, coaching absolutely changed that game. Okay, let's try to find something good that happened. Okay, first thing I would say is we came out and they had no answer for the chaos, right? For the way we played that first drive. Then the next drive we had them at inside the 5. And we went back to zone. And ESPN kept saying he's 6 for 6 on blitzes. No, he wasn't. He was sacked like 4 or 5 times on blitzes. Right? When he got the ball off, he cooked us. But you see what I'm saying? It was like we just didn't know. And then when we had that, you had the Wildcat. You had the Wildcat.
And you called it.
What? That we would run
that we instead and my wife has heard me say this 1,001 times. We have a 240 plus pound running back. And we don't run him. I don't care if they stop it. You don't give him the opportunity to fall forward for that wasn't even 3 feet.
And like I was making notes as we were going, and I knew it was going to be bad. Once again, I don't know if it's the running back coach or the offensive coordinator, but they don't know who to have in the game at the right time. Okay. Okay. We come out with Daniel Hill in the game, and we come out, we're going to pass first. Okay. But we run Daniel one time, and Daniel gets 5 yards or close to 6. All right. Then we don't run him again. Then the next series, we come out with
Riley,
and we run the first 2 times up the middle with the speed guy. Then the next 2 times we ran, Daniel Hill was on 2nd and 10. And we ran it right up the middle. Then we finally run him again on 1st down. His first 2 carries on 1st down was 5-yard gain and a 6-yard gain. But they don't. I'm like, I don't know if it's the quarterback. I mean, the running backs don't know who's in the game. I mean, the running back coach don't know who in the game, or Grubb don't know who in the game. But something was always off, and that was just And then
it was bad.
Now the only thing I said I'm gonna try to, we got to try to find at least something good. Did our boy get his legs back for next year? The only good thing that can come out of this game is Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
Going into the offseason could have a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, the way, but this is the frustrating part. And this has been part of the problem all year. It's either being get Jeremy and Ryan involved and completely ignore Isaiah and Lottie, or you get Lottie and Isaiah involved and you completely ignore Ryan.
Yeah. Heavy hitters. Go ahead.
Lester Brooks had the biggest game of his career. Yes, 14 games in, biggest game of his career. And you don't target him? You didn't throw him a pass. How?
Heavy hitter answered it, Xavier. Said it all season. Grubb has no feel for the game.
Zero.
At all.
And let's keep on Ryan Grubb, because this is ridiculous. And I'm going to prove it in a way. Kenneth Walker, the starting running back for the Seattle Seahawks last year, in 12 games, had 573 rushing yards and averaged 3.7 yards a carry. This year, in 16 games, so he has played more, but his average has gone up almost a yard, and he's just shy of 1,000 yards. Zach Charbonnet, in 17 games last year, had 569 yards and 8 touchdowns. This year, he has 656 yards and 11 touchdowns. Oh, it gets better. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I liken Ryan's skill set to very similarly. He had 100 catches last year, but only for 1130 and 6 touchdowns in 17 games. This year, 113 catches in 16 games for 1,700 yards and 10 touchdowns. I don't know what the juice was with Washington, but I've seen Ryan Grubb in 2 other stops, and it's been extremely disappointing.
What was the juice was you had Michael Penix and 3 first-round receivers, and Jeremy Bernard was your 4th guy.
Yeah.
That's what the juice was.
And you had two first-round offensive linemen that played like they were first-round offensive linemen. Not hype, played like first-round offensive linemen, and a second-round offensive lineman.
And Broker.
And their tight end. Oh, Josh Cuevas was their backup tight end.
And didn't their offensive line win the
Joe Moore Award? Yep.
Was it that year? Yeah. Well.
Yep.
So and you were playing against. You weren't playing against as good a teams, in my opinion.
No.
Okay. Here's
the Pac-12.
Here's the thing that I have to, and we're gonna get to some of the maniac comments, but I want to get your thoughts, and we can break this down even more tomorrow. We're not gonna stay on here too long. I just had to get some stuff off of me, man. I needed this.
Let this sit overnight. It'll be bad.
Is Indiana? Is Dick Cignetti, is he one of the few guys? And y'all can everybody can argue with me now. He and his quarterback got some tism.
Okay.
But because they do, they're
perfectionists.
You can't get them off their script. They are so locked in. I'm not sure Saban didn't have something now, but you watch him. That dude has taken Nick Saban's process in football style. That was Alabama
in 2012, 2011, 2009.
Do a game.
Yeah.
And everybody can say what they want, with the exception of Mac Jones and Najee Harris. We have been West Coast Big 12
Pretty
football teams.
boy.
Our football teams have been Big 12 West Coast. Period. We just have more talent than everybody else when we went to the Tua style of play.
And we can't shake it.
We had a bigger margin of error. Do what?
And we just can't shake it.
Right. But that team, that was a SEC. Now, their linemen don't look that physical, but they play mean, they play nasty, and they get up to the linebackers. Their running backs hit the hole with attitude. Their quarterback is surgical. You can't make it's hard to make him wrong. He does RPO, you guess run, he throws pass. You guess pass. It was like he looked to the sideline and said, "Hey, they don't think I can run." So one drive, he just decided he'd be the dual threat quarterback. I mean, I'm telling you, that was an SEC style team. And that's why, and I have said, if anybody ever decides to play, I didn't respect Indiana, and I own up to that. But it's not just Indiana's players; it's their coaches' obsession
with being
obsession of being balanced with a run game, and in fact, everything they did, was execution at the highest level. Now, whether they can win it all, I don't know, because I still don't say this team has as much talent as a couple of the teams left.
They don't. I don't think they do. But because of everything you just said, I don't know if you can beat them. I don't care who you are. I don't know if for 4 quarters you can beat that team because of everything you just said, because of the way he coaches, the way that team, that defense, they're not SEC big, not yet. But good night, they play fast like SEC defenses.
Yeah,
They're
aggressive like SEC defenses. They're just not physically as imposing as SEC defenses.
Let's talk about a couple things. Let's just talk about coaching staff, and we can get into this even more tomorrow. Corey Lewis said, "What do you think about this coaching staff going forward? Players will hit the portal." Dwight Jones says, "Piss poor coaching." Let me see what else we had. Jason Rutler says, "Unfortunately, this is who Kevin DeBoer's staff is. This will be our standard going forward unless he makes some changes to his staff." Tim Coggins said, "Is Jeremy Pruitt on his way to Tuscaloosa? Please, and bring an O-line coach with you." There may be some other coaches thing, but go ahead and comment on that, and I'll see if there's any other coaching comments.
I mean, Grubbs has shown you who he has been all season. And if Coach DeBoer is okay with this type of offense, type of play calling, then I think it is the new standard for Alabama. I mean, and Kane Womack, he got out coached. I mean, he just got out coached, and I'm not gonna say he's a bad coach because he had been our calling card.
Our defense,
he's done well. Our defense, yeah,
is good. Our defense was
the worst performance of by our defense since Florida State.
Yeah,
I will take everything in between Florida State and today. Yeah. Even because once again, our offense once again put our defense in bad situations. That game easily could have been 3-3 at halftime at worst.
Right.
But at worst, if not Alabama potentially having a lead. But the idiotic play call of the jet sweep on 4th and half a yard when call the fake, because if you watch it, if he had
Fake it.
that whole defense did this, and Daniel Hill would have been.
You know why they did it?
He would have had 40, 50 yards.
Let that sink in. They knew that our offensive coordinator would not call a wildcat straight ahead run with a 240-pounder. They didn't even honor Daniel Hill in the wildcat because they've seen how Grubb operates. Here's a question for you. Yep. Heavy Hitters said, I question our coaching staff now since seeing Mac. What did you see? What did they see from last year's spring practice to fall camp to say that Mac is a prototypical QB for this system?
Austin Mack.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
Austin Mack. There's a reason why DeBoer brought him from Washington. I'll put it there first. There's a reason why Austin Mack came from Washington to Alabama. 2, Ty at one point looked like the Heisman Trophy winner. Looked like the number 1 quarterback in the 2026 NFL draft. I think he got hurt, and once he got hurt, he got scared. Even when he got somewhat healthy at a point, he saw ghost. He saw ghost all day today.
You're talking about Ty.
Austin, but my point is Austin Mack. I think Ty looked like the guy. Austin Mack, I believe, was the guy. We talked about it the other day. I said Austin Mack was the guy that DeBoer wanted. DeBoer and Grubb wanted. Keelan Mack is the first guy that they wanted here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Let me ask the question again. What did they see from last year's spring practice to fall camp to say that Mack, you just talked about Ty, Mack is the prototypical QB for this system? Heavy Hitter is questioning Mack's performance.
Austin Mack in essentially the same amount of game play completed same number of attempts, one less completion for 36 more yards. He is decisive. He rips it. And if he is going to use his legs, he's decisive with that.
Send me your thoughts, because I have some thoughts on that.
Wait, Heavy Hitter said wasn't the
prototypical,
because he just
wasn't the prototypical. Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so he's saying he liked him.
Okay, no, he is.
Hold on. Did Heavy Hitter change what he said?
He said he went in and said it wasn't.
So they say Mac wasn't the prototypical.
Okay, all right. Because I was about to disagree. Go ahead, because I'm gonna give you a couple things I saw with Mac that I'm like, what were y'all watching? That y'all
I have been a Austin Mack fan. You can say Dad and I and Xavier, we've talked. I've been an Austin Mack fan because you can't coach 6'6", 235. But outside of that, when he has had the opportunity to play, he has been so decisive. He's been so much quicker in his reads than Ty has been all year, even when Ty was, in my opinion, at his best. And this is not a diss on Ty, but I mean, Austin Mack, in my opinion, is a much better, he's calmer. He's more comfortable in this offense than Ty has been.
Let me tell you what I saw. I saw a dude that I'm like, why? Like, it looked like we had a different offensive line in. Yep. Like Mac was, and the times he got sacked was a free blitzer. Nobody touched him. And then the second time he got sacked, Michael Carroll was blocking the guy. And a guy flashed behind the guy he was blocking, and he let his guy go. And so Mac saw he was blocked and was looking, and when he took his eyes off of he saw the block. That's why he didn't move, because Carroll had to got blocked. But the thing that Mac did, Xavier, you said he was decisive. He wasn't decisive when he ran. he was still looking down the field as he was running. In other words, he was running toward the line, and it was like, if nobody comes open, I'm going to run. But he made 3 completions, I think it was at least 2, where he was running like this toward the line of scrimmage. And boom, that the catch to the pass to Jeremy and the one to Cuevas. Then the times when he ran, he did the old Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, which you can't see. He was past the line of scrimmage, and he did this right here. He faked it, and it made the DB stay with the running back, and then he ran and
that
ran
was
out
natural.
That's
guess what I'm saying when I say decisive? Like when Ty runs, I can't tell if he's trying to, if he wants to slide, if he wants to keep going. That's what I mean by decisive. Like once Austin is committed to running, he's running full tilt. Granted, he's 30 pounds bigger and 4 inches taller than Ty is, but even the Eastern Illinois game, when he takes off, it is I'm going downhill, not.
I understand. Yeah. Hey, listen. I don't. Keita 23 is a new listener. She said, "I believe it's the offensive coordinator. I would hope Coach KD takes a deep look at him." She also let's see with us. She agreed with us that Ryan got his confidence back. We'll talk about that tomorrow. She had one other comment I wanted to get to. Oh, she. Now this was me. This was me right here. Yeah. Listen. I made a statement, and your mom and your sister said, ain't a lot of life in that. I said, well, since I'm not on the field and I can't put no life in it, I'm gonna just have to say what I got to say.
Damian Harris has tweeted.
Huh?
I don't care what none that Joker got to say.
Damian Harris has tweeted.
What'd he say?
He said, and y'all wanted me to apologize.
I hate former players like that. I hate it. No, we don't care if you said Alabama didn't deserve to be there at all, and we showed up round 1. We got beat today. But your statement was we shouldn't have been there at all, Damian.
That was his first tweet since.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
That was his first tweet since December 7th. So
yeah. Hey guys, when we're gonna a couple things we're gonna hit on tomorrow. Has the Big Ten supplanted the SEC? Just make sure we hit that tomorrow. Is this 92 team is Indiana the 92 team? That's what Big Ben said. Indiana is a 92 team, bro, not Miami.
Indiana might have a better quarterback. Sorry, no offense.
Yeah, they do.
No offense to Jay Barker.
They don't have a better defense. They don't have a better fullback. So you know.
Do they have a fullback?
No. So
exactly.
Right. So I can't be wrong. They can argue. They can make an argument on the defense. There's zero argument on whether they have a better fullback.
Do y'all think Ty needs to come back or transfer?
Oh, okay. All right. Let's take this question, and we'll take one more question after this. And get out.
This is, and you know what? I'm gonna say it like this. This was my thoughts last year. Thank you, Jalen Milroe, for everything that you did. You won an SEC championship game. You took Alabama to the playoffs. But I don't know if you're the answer. Fast forward to this year. Thank you, Ty, for getting us to the playoffs. Thank you for leading Alabama to the first ever road win in the playoffs. NFL or the portal.
Yeah, I don't think Ty will transfer, but I I I don't think that if the mock draft still has him as the number 3 quarterback, and he got hurt this game, so they'll probably.
Do y'all think Ty was hurt?
Yes.
I think he got.
The fact he got where he got hit, causing him to fumble.
Well, he
makes me think something happened.
He loosey goosey with the ball anyway. So
I know he's loosey goosey, but getting hit here should not make you.
Let me ask you a different way. Let me ask you a different way. If we were winning 17-14, would Ty Simpson have been able to play? That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if the coaches.
I think the coaching staff and Ty use this as a. Someone said he has broken ribs. He might. They were broke at halftime then. You lost the game on 2 decisions. I mean, you changed the game on 2 decisions where you could have done something. You punt it or you run it straight ahead. On the way you got stopped on the 4th down was so bad. And why did he come out in the second half? Why did he start the second half?
Yeah, if you have broken ribs, you're.
Well, nothing happened on that first drive.
Yeah.
So if he was good enough,
you said you saw Jeremy wide open, and because you watched Skycast, did he even attempt to throw it to him, or did he look at him?
It almost looked like he looked at him, but I feel like I've watched multiple Skycast games of Alabama, and it looks like Ty is looking in the direction of wide open wide receivers, and he doesn't throw it to him.
If it's man coverage, he is not going to throw it.
I mean, he had him on a corner. I mean, it was a corner route wide open. The same one where Mendoza threw it to Cooper like 3 times. That exact same
play.
I mean,
same route.
Almost same route.
I pray that Ty Simpson is healthy. I pray that Ty Simpson that he gets a great grade from the NFL. And I pray that he doesn't come back to Alabama. I'm sorry. I pray that he goes to the NFL, not that he doesn't come back to Alabama. Because here's something we can also talk about tomorrow. What did I say we're going to talk about? Whether the Big Ten is past the SEC. Mm-hmm. You know what else? We're going to have to talk about I like DeBoer. I still like DeBoer. I hadn't jumped off the DeBoer wagon. 11-4 is an improvement. And it's just bad the way we started and ended the season. But does DeBoer have the fortitude to make the changes he needs to make? That's a bigger question that went. Because I already know of a couple things. I mean, at least one thing I've heard for sure, and we'll talk about that on tomorrow. But just as a yes or no, do you all think that he does? And is that without what do you think if you had to pick one thing that has to change? If only one change happens.
What's the one thing that has to happen?
Offensive coordinator.
Let me ask it a different way. If there's one change that they don't make, are we going to be dealing with the exact same thing next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is that change? That's the question, right?
Yeah. Ryan Grubb. I don't even have to think about it.
Play calling. Yeah.
So the question becomes if we change offensive line coach, we're already going to get a new wide receiver coach. The tight end coach is good. I mean, he seems to be bringing those guys along. and the running back coach. Here's something I was told about the running back coach. Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee. Don't y'all don't repeat this. Don't say nothing about this out there. No, just kidding. Part of what follows him is that he doesn't fight for his guys on the recruiting board. In other words, he I don't know that he goes out and gets guys. I think that's what I've heard. You know what I mean? Like Crowell is coming here because Crowell coming to Alabama, not
because he's. I mean, and not trying to be funny, I think you can say that about every running back since he's been here. You got a kid from Tuscaloosa who wanted to wear the Alabama Crimson Tide jersey probably since he was 6 years old. Crowell's the same way. And you got two Mississippi guys.
That's all I'm going to say. The other two running backs that have come have been neighbors. He hadn't pulled like Bo Jackson was liked Alabama, but he committed to who?
Auburn.
No, I'm talking about the one at Ohio State.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's rough, man. It's rough. We
hate for the season to end that. You just hate because it eliminates the 4 games in like the stretch of the peak of Alabama football. It just ruins all.
I haven't seen Alabama get beat like this
since the national championship game against Clemson.
Since the national championship games versus Clemson.
It felt like this, I guess.
But hey, y'all ready for me to tell y'all why the Tide is back? Even though in Saban's second year, this is how embarrassed we got by Oklahoma.
Bama back.
No, Utah. That was Utah.
I mean Utah.
Yep, Bama back.
Yeah. And Utah wasn't Utah at that point.
Utah was still still group of 5.
Utah was wanting to be something. They were Boise. They were not big.
They were still group of 5 at the time.
Right.
And this was and Kyle Whittingham was in his third year, I think.
So maybe the good news is look at it. See? All these things, all these similarities we've been talking about.
It's gonna be a long 8 months.
It's gonna be a long. It's gonna. Hey, let me see if there's any more comments we need to get to from here, guys. Hey, guys, what y'all think about Jeremy Pruitt? As I'm skimming through here, Jeremy Pruitt would be awesome in Tuscaloosa. Cause y'all know, I forgot to make my point about the SEC. Indiana being an SEC school. I forgot
Ty
about
Simpson
that.
did sustain a fractured rib.
That's what I saw someone say that. I hadn't.
Well, I mean, it's been confirmed.
Okay. But Jeremy Pruitt, I think the NCAA is determined not to let him ever coach again. So, let me see. My point I was trying to make about Indiana being an SEC school is they're the only team we've played this year, to me, that was 100% committed to the run game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Missouri was, but offense was clicking at that time. So, but
they finished with 194 yards passing and 215 yards rushing. If that doesn't sound like an early Saban stat line, I don't know what does.
At one point, they had the exact same number of rushing yards and pass yards.
154, 154.
Yeah. So, and that's when the game mattered. Like they ended up with more rushing yards than passing yards because those last 2 touchdown runs.
I'm glad Alabama, that second drive kind of took a little longer, because if it didn't, he was going to try to score again, I think.
You talking
I
about
think
Sinead?
I think he was going to try to score again if they got the ball back with like 6 minutes. They were going to.
I'm going to go ahead and let y'all in on a secret.
Uh-oh.
Kirk Cincinnati hates Alabama, if you didn't know that, because he felt like he got overlooked because he was the wide receiver coach and the recruiting coordinator. And he felt like Saban didn't give him a chance to be the OC. He hates Alabama.
Yeah,
and so he was going, it didn't matter if this was Saban or the boy, he was going to do what he wanted to do today.
But let me tell you, and this is not being ugly. I'm glad I wish him much. I could not stand to watch him coach every week, because it wasn't just because they were beating Alabama. I hated to watch him when and it's me. It's not him. I'm saying it's me, but I have a problem with him. So, all right. Somebody said here, Miami legit, guys. So right now, early prediction. Who y'all got? Georgia winning. Xavier got Ole Miss winning.
I don't even care.
I'm
playing. I'm
gonna watch it, but I don't care.
Who y'all got playing? And who's your 4 teams right now?
I mean, it's the last game, ain't it?
Yeah.
Who you got playing in the Final Four, and then who you got winning and going to the championship?
So I think it's gonna be Indiana, Miami.
I'm taking Indiana, Georgia.
Yeah.
I trust Georgia is going to be on something to try to embarrass Carson Beck. So that's the reason I give them the edge.
And guess what was their motivation last night? Jeremiah Smith said some stuff, being a Miami kid, about them, and they took that as motivation.
That's different. You can't have a guy that punk your team and act like the best program in the nation was the problem, and it wasn't you as the quarterback. And that's what Carson Beck did. Carson Beck pretty much said Georgia was bad, I was great. I'm going to Miami where they're great. Well, he's gonna get a chance. This is
personal. This is personal.
This is personal, and I think there's a lot of guys that was in that locker room. Xavier, it's one thing for Jeremiah Smith, who's from Miami, to say something. Well, he already walked out on Miami and went to Ohio State. Right? I mean, Beck was these guys' teammates, and then made it sound like everything that went wrong was his team's fault, not his. He didn't take any ownership for how Georgia played. When Alabama beat them in the SEC championship game, he dogged the team. Remember, we have inside knowledge.
Yeah.
and then he came back and got hurt, and then the way he handled like his injury and all of that stuff. I mean, the way he handled the team, not his injury, the way he handled the team after his injury was bad. So I just think that there's a difference. I got Indiana and Georgia. I think Georgia gets another one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to rock with. I think I'm going to rock with Georgia.
Don't get me wrong. If Georgia wins tonight, I want Georgia to win it all, but I just don't know.
Who he said TK? Who is TK?
Tim Keenan, maybe.
Fruit salad, yummy. Who's TK? And it's gonna be probably something simple, but I thought Xavier Brown played bad today. Mm-hmm. He looked dead.
Slow.
He looked dead. Yeah.
Omar.
I don't get
that wasn't even close. That wasn't.
I don't get why that one was just play action, beat you across the field. His
and he's
other red
and
it wasn't close. But the other ones, why do we have him playing 10 yards off? Because he was. I don't know. The play, the defensive play calling, the defensive play calling was bad to me because it's 3rd and 8, and you have a 0 coverage, which means no safeties over the top.
You talking about the touchdown to Becker?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. Cover 0 means there's no safeties over the top, so no help. And then you shade outside, which means you line up on the outside of the wide receiver.
He gave in the middle of the field.
Becker ran the smoothest post I've ever seen.
He never even had to take it. The only reason he bent the post was because where he threw the ball. He literally just ran off.
That was a bad ball.
It was a bad ball.
He used all 6'4" of him to catch that.
If you're going to go 0 coverage, you always play inside.
Yeah.
That's why Red Morgan beat him out all year. I mean that proves because I hyped him up. I sent a little tweet out saying good PBU about Jones. The next play, he don't do me like that.
Next play,
I was like,
Jason Rutledge said. It looks like they didn't watch any tape.
And you know why I got mad at the end when it seemed like we had a little juice? Is because our defense was so beat down at that point. They were ran.
Well, if Red Morgan makes that tackle on 3rd down, when that tight end just shook him off, that could have changed a little.
It was so many. It was so many.
I mean, it was 24-3, but still.
But once again, if you go back to just the decision making, and we talk about the Wildcat, but let's actually talk about how we got to that play. We came out lined up in the Wildcat. They called timeout, and then we come out and punt with Ty as an up back. Like that was like
out coaching yourself.
Then you have to burn a timeout. And then you come back in the Wildcat, and it don't even fool them. Them boys, their whole defense did this. When Jeremy started,
come out in the Wildcat, we came out in the exact same formation. Like, do you understand that you could come out in a formation and shift to Wildcat? Like if you bring Ty out and Ty's at quarterback. You could have shifted like Ty to wide receiver. You see what I'm saying? But we came right back out in the same play that they saw it on film, our formation. Then we went to a commercial break and came out. Went to a commercial break and then came out with that punt thing. Then went to another timeout. And then came back with what they had prepared for during their first timeout. Let that sink in.
Yeah. Good night. This is fire Ryan Grubb.
Uh-oh.
The
for the man to be fired.
That man got a family. I'm playing.
Hey, he didn't want to be here to begin with. The only reason he's here is because he got fired from his last job. If we gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. Ryan Grubb does not want to be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The only reason he's here is because he got fired from Seattle, and Mike McDonald has come out and said, "Oh, I got rid of him." Yeah. But You need any type. You got to get some juice going at any point in the game. You wait till you are down 31-3 to do the double reverse screen. You couldn't have pulled that out at no point earlier.
When it was 3-0, 10-0, 17-0, 24-0, 24-3 with Mac. You wait till you're down by 4 touchdowns. Now, I just saw a report that part of Coach DeBoer's presser, he used verbiage as starting over from scratch and to surround yourself with the right people. Isn't it? So I don't know if that's him hinting.
Well,
somebody.
Do not be surprised by the time we come on tomorrow. Do not be surprised if Coach Cap is already in the news. Part of the reason, I'm a hot take, and we're gonna get ready to go. Part of the reason Grubb came out of the booth potentially was not about the quarterback, but was about the O-line.
Was seeing what they were being told and coached, and
there's some. Let me see.
I feel like there's a lot of.
I can't violate my source, but just know this: I'm not sure that Cap ain't sabotaged a couple times. And you asked the question, why did we see some of the substitutions when we saw them? Because you think about some of the times when
throughout the season,
a substitution, it's like, what? This is the best we've been playing, and now you subbing? Oh, Jason Rutledge just hit a home run. That's the hot take of the. That's the hot take of the.
Hey, you know it's day one. It's day one. I'm on it.
Hey, Jason.
For another step. Hey man, we coming to agreement for that.
That may be the comment of the year. Can we fast for another staff? Oh my goodness. Oh, Jason, that's a home run, man. How many days, Jason? How many days you gonna put us on?
Shoot, give me some. I might do it till football season.
Yeah. Simeon, our church does a 21-day fast. We start.
I won't eat till next season.
8334 boy for you said I won't eat till next season for a new staff. Oh, 40 days. Oh, he done went straight biblical on us like Jesus level fast.
Hey, 40 days, 40 nights.
Oh, Tim Coggins. Oh, we
and you know what? And this might be crazy. One, I think Ryan Grubb is an interesting character. I'll say it that way. And I don't know how, like, just his interactions that I've seen, even with the
talks is bad.
With the media and stuff, like, rubs me the wrong way.
Yep.
So I wonder how much tension has been in those coaches' meetings and that office, in those offices, and how that has rubbed off on the players.
Well, I think, on a scale to between 1 and 10, what's the chances that Grubb leaves on his own?
I hope it's 10.
And goes where?
I don't care.
Oh, I think 8334.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what that means, y'all.
I know what it means, and I agree.
No, I'm not gonna put that one up there. I'm not sure what that one means. I think I do. No. A334 boy for you. I'm 55, man. I don't know what's an emoji. No, just kidding. but on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys say? Simeon, I think West Coast. I think put it like this: there's some coaches that are gonna want. I think they're gonna be like it was. He can sell that it's not him.
But this next one might be his last one.
A334 boy for you. I knew what you meant. I was just trying to play it off. But y'all ain't gonna tell. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I said 10. I said I hope it's 10.
Oh, I don't know. I
don't like to call for people's jobs.
I would love for, but I don't think Coach DeBoer is going to fire him.
I would not be hurt if he decided to look elsewhere.
Oh, zero hurt in my heart.
Do we try to hire Nick Sheridan back? Because I think Sheridan with this team would have been a lot better.
I do too.
In my opinion, but I don't know who you even go to get.
And I'm gonna keep it a bean. If a guy doesn't want to be here, he shouldn't be here.
Hey, here's something to think about. Don't forget who we just hired.
Derek Nix. Former offensive coordinator. Yeah.
And running back, wide receiver coach. He's coached both of those. So
yeah, or we'll help him pack.
Yeah. Me too. Where's Allen at? I hope Allen call in tomorrow. I need to get him.
Well, guys, ready. Before we get ready to get out of here and welcome people back to our 6 a.m. show in the morning, to the Martin Houston show at 6 a.m. I got several topics that I haven't brought up. Like I said, I will not be surprised if we're looking at a couple coaching changes even mentioned by tomorrow, at least one. I would not be surprised by that. I guess that let me see. Hollywood the Barber said we'll be good next season. Them Saban players will be gone, and DeBoer will have his players. Well, I think the offensive line has to have massive improvement, but I think the offensive coordinator helps. Every problem we had, I think, is helped by having a system. Like I said, Indiana is obsessed with their system. Like Herb Street and Fowler both said, everybody was saying how they're going to get pass rush without their top defensive pass rusher. And I think it was Herb Street that said, you get pressure with your system. They just plug in another guy.
And that's what Alabama doesn't have. They don't have an offensive system. They don't. I mean, what is it?
Well, and it's part of that is his two quarterbacks that he inherited are so diametrically opposed skill set wise. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got one was long ball and legs. The other one is intermediate and cerebral. I probably if you could have morphed Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson into the same person, you're talking about a without a shot of a doubt Heisman Trophy winning #1 overall pick quarterback.
I just don't understand how you go through a whole season after telling us it was really close and you never
make a change until the last minute.
Really close in what?
The quarterback race.
And I think it was.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. I think it was.
and how you never adjusted that at all this season. So
because and here's the thing, and it's so funny because they're physically just so different, but Austin and Keelan, when the two games that we really got to see them, you saw something different.
yeah.
Even play calling was different. He called plays different for
Austin.
For Austin.
Yeah.
It was more on the edge. It was spread out a little more. It just
because Ty won't throw those.
Seemed like he liked him a little better, or just could think decision making.
Ty won't
throw those.
Right.
Yeah.
He won't. So, but A334 boy for you. Just FYI, remember the lineman that left was a Nick Saban coach guy, not the boy that went to Ohio State.
And here's the thing,
but still,
if there's one guy that has never been the problem,
it's not this coaching staff though. We've had. I tried to say it earlier. This Bama team has been trending down. Even though we won, you have to understand the last national title we won was 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. And
he was still in high school.
We won that with a bunch of guys who typically would have left and went in the draft. We had a quarterback that was in here
would have been a transfer.
Huh?
And in this era, our quarterback that was the starter that year would have been a transfer.
Right. So we had a fourth-year quarterback.
Fourth-year running back, fourth-year wide receiver.
Hold on. With the guys you're naming, all could have went to the draft except for Matt. I was just going to point out Matt was a fourth-year guy, so he was older. But Matt was what? Cerebral. Matt was Matt was a coach on the field. Matt, if you read a book about Saban, y'all, Matt used to piss Saban off when he was running scout team. They said Saban would get so mad at him that he would like, hey, cut it out. And Mac said, well, you tell your guys to stop me. Mac had that swagger. We ain't have that in this fourth-year quarterback. That's number one. Number two is Leatherwood and Devontae and Dickerson and all these guys were they were like old guys. Like
Deontay Brown,
like
Evan Neal was a sophomore on that team. Yo, and then you flip it to the defensive side. You had PS2 Patrick Surtain. You had Dylan Moses back, who, if he hadn't gotten hurt, would have been an NFL linebacker the year before. You had Barmore on that defensive line. You had who was the safety? Oh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. But the defense had a bunch of older guys. And then you look at the young guys on that defense, it was Brian Branch, Malachi Moore, guys like that. Right. That you saw and go, oh, yeah, that dude's going to be in the NFL a couple years.
But since that time, we've had the same conversation, whether Saban was on the sideline or the board. Let's be real. We didn't have these kind of beat downs that like we started the year and ended the year with, but we've been frustrated since
2021.
Brian Robinson was the last workhorse running back we had, but we've complained about our offensive line. We've complained about our defense. We've complained. We were just so much more talented than everybody. Think about
Bill Anderson Jr. was a freshman.
Jalen got us to the championship. Here's a question for you: if this system was in place, does Jalen Milroe get us to the Final Four? No. I don't think that team. You see what I'm saying? So that Saban's last team was at the Final Four because of where they finished. I don't think they would have made a run through this playoff.
Well, Alabama, we would have played today. We would have played today, against whoever, and maybe we would have had a bye in the first round. We would have played today, and
maybe. But my point behind it is the things that we're complaining about aren't new. It's just that because we knew the other guy could get it done. Okay, we knew the other guy could get it done. We knew the other guy would get rid of the coaches that he needed to get rid of.
Yeah.
We wouldn't, if this was Saban and Saban's staff, we wouldn't be sitting up here going, I wonder if.
No, we would know.
We know that person would be looking for another job.
And let's also be honest.
By the way, he would have called and got them hired
already. And let's be clear as well. This isn't a full indictment on Jalen or Ty. This is the talent that's around them as well.
Yeah, running back.
Because if you want to talk talent, both of those guys are more talented than Jake Coker and Greg McElroy, who have national championships.
The only thing, Ty is more talented, but I just Ty Withers. If Ty doesn't have success, like Ty got some success against Oklahoma, and then we tied it up, and then he was cooking. But if he doesn't have success, he spirals down, and gets worse. So let's just hope that the NFL feel like they can coach him out of that and give him a good grade. I know that's bad, but I really don't. I really hope we don't have 5 quarterbacks when the portal closes.
Oh,
yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? I hope we have number 10, number 12, and whatever numbers them freshmen wearing.
Yeah.
As we prepare. Hey, by the way, guys, one more thing, and I'll let you guys close out, and then we'll get out of here. Just, hey, if y'all wondering what's going on here, this is not the typical Houston Huddle. This is therapy. We just
talking.
There's no game plan. We were all talking to each other. We had to talk each other. Y'all understand how hard it was for me to press that go live button?
I ain't gonna lie, when it was 17-0, I asked if we were still gonna do it.
I was so messed up. I even put the wrong intro in, so I was tore up, man. I did
from the floor.
But
okay, so to closing this thing out, we know we're going to take some hits in the portal. So I'm not worried about like right now necessarily who we're going to lose in the portal because that is the name of the game. Where do we need to go? We've got some good young talent coming in. We've got some good young talent on the roster. Where do y'all think we need to go in the portal?
Let's say that for tomorrow. I have that down as a topic for tomorrow.
Okay.
Portal, where do we go? Yeah. I think that's a conversation we need to talk about a little bit more.
Jason, it was hard for me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was hard for me. hey, I just want y'all to know I got a 6-year-old little boy who this year has fallen in love with football, and that's my man Deuce. We sit and watch. We've watched every game together. I had to step away from watching this one, and he walked in my office in here and he goes, "Daddy, are you still an Alabama fan?" And I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, buddy, I am." He goes, "I don't know if I am. I might hit the transfer portal. New team." My 6-year-old done hit the transfer portal on us, y'all.
He might resign.
Jason really says some of our listening audience, some of our maniacs got a little Peter in them. Yeah, we all do. No, man. That was
8-3-4 boy. That national championship game against
it was worse.
Was worse than this
because we were supposed to be so much better.
Yeah, that Alabama team would beat this Alabama team by 50.
100.
That way.
Yeah. So you feel this way because it's Indiana.
Yeah.
If we took, like you said the other day,
Could be Auburn. Yeah. Hey.
You know what, Jason? I'm with you when you're right.
Jason been bringing it tonight.
Yeah,
Jason
that's
has called for a fast. Jason has called for a fast, and now Jason has said, "Dang, hey, it could be worse." Look at
They got 30 guys in the portal.
Yeah.
And
Who knows tomorrow?
Well, this is what's sad we keep saying we're gonna get out of here, but anyway, for me, I think the way we lost hurts us in the portal. In other words, I think there's guys who are going to leave now that had we won or at least been a fight, may would have stayed. Because let me tell you what happens. Somebody that didn't get to play today,
that felt like they could have made a difference.
Somebody gonna say, "Man, you need to be."
They didn't even put you in when they didn't even play you when you didn't. Yeah.
It's not about how we lost this game. Yes, we lost this game by more points, but the Alabama team in 2018 was supposed to be able to beat this Alabama team by 35, and they got beat by 28 to a true freshman quarterback. That's the other part you got to remember. That was a true freshman quarterback and a true freshman wide receiver that whooped us.
For those of you who may have just stepped in there and just heard that, Xavier was referencing that loss to Clemson in the national championship game. I think that one hurt just because,
and we were undefeated.
We were hoping that the Indiana hype wasn't true, but it ended up being true. In that game against Clemson, we were like, that was two teams that was like completely even. And Alabama was,
we had the Heisman runner-up,
and you had Nick Saban, and you had never seen Nick Saban lose like that.
We had the Heisman runner-up. You had all four of the rideouts. Irv Smith, a three-headed monster at running back, and dogs on that defense.
Hey guys, I know what we got. We have to talk. Did y'all hear Saban
before the game?
Before the game, talk about the coaching portal, and Herb Street called out all of the commissioners and said that they need to invite Saban in because he knows what's going on and they don't.
Talking about moving the port, having the portal when it is.
Yeah, he talked, but before that, I just turned the television on. He said, "Y'all talk about chaos." He said, "Y'all need to understand, if Oregon wins this game, Oregon is going to have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator who is trying to get their team ready. They're trying to get guys out of the portal, trying to keep their guys from going to the portal, and figuring out which guys they're going to ask on the team that they're coaching to try to win a national championship to follow them in the portal."
Yeah,
he went through this whole diatribe of all of this stuff, and it was like, what he was talking about, and it's true.
But I don't know if I said it. I know I was thinking about. You realize like that's what's so bad about having early signing day now,
right?
Because let's be real, early signing day is National Signing Day. They need to drop the early. I'm not trying to be funny. The kids that sign in February normally aren't your high-profile kids. They're the kids that a spot opens up late for them at this point. Early signing day is National Signing Day, and you see
for some kid that just doesn't want to commit early and wants to finish school, like the kid that went to Ohio State a couple years ago. from California. I forget his name, but he just didn't commit till.
Right. So let's be real about that. And the reason why you see coaches get fired when they get fired and hired when they get hired is because of the National Signing Day.
He literally said the reason coaches are getting fired is so that they have a chance to be ready
Get a new
for
guy
early signing period. And then he talked about having to get all these guys in. And he said exactly what I said. He just did a better job of explaining about moving it to after school.
The portal should be in spring.
We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna have to end it. We're gonna talk about the portal tomorrow. Because that's you're exactly right, Xavier. That's what he was saying. So we'll break that down as well. Closing thoughts, Sammy. On the game.
Yeah, of course. No, it's unfortunate to end the season this way, but overall proud of this team. They surpassed their over-under projected total wins. It was 9.5, so got to 11. Overall, this season was a success, even though the start and the end didn't feel like it. But proud of this team for sure. Proud of this team.
This team won 11 games. And a lot of people, even before the season started, didn't believe this team was going to win 11 games. This team in 15 was 11-4, but the three losses, the Oklahoma game lost by 3. Whoop-de-doo at the end of the day. But it was the other 3 losses that make this season feel like a disappointment. Because you got your butts whooped to start the year, end the year.
And in the championship game.
And in the SEC championship game. Alabama has there's some good, there's some bad. Alabama, Coach DeBoer has to step up and make the right changes for this team. That means getting rid of people that you might be best friends with, that you might be close with. You got to cut ties sometime because I don't want anybody working for me that doesn't want to be there. And that's clear and obvious in my opinion. If you got some saboteurs on your staff, get rid of them. But I like the overall direction that this team is going in. Coach Saban was 12-0 and got embarrassed in the SEC championship game and then embarrassed again by Utah in the Sugar Bowl.
We didn't get embarrassed in the SEC championship.
Yeah, we did because 50-50. We
lost.
But we should have won. We should have won that game, and we end up losing it, and then we get embarrassed in the Sugar Bowl for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
it's not much. It's not much of a difference, and it looks different. It feels different, but it's not that different. Where they're at their tenures at Alabama, give it time.
This is why I have concern. Even though I think DeBoer can get us there. But let me tell you what my concern is. The highs have been equivalent to Saban's highs. In other words, we've beaten Georgia. We ran a 4-game stretch in the middle of the season that beat top SEC schools. So our highs are high. We come back and we make the comeback last week. The problem is he has got to figure out where we don't feel like we feel when we lose. Like when we lose, you can turn the TV off, truthfully. Like you can walk away. You can quit watching Alabama when we lose with DeBoer because it's decided. Like we lost at halftime. Like even though in the Florida State game this year, you didn't feel like we were going to come back. You didn't feel like we were going to come back against Georgia, and you didn't feel like we were going to come back against Indiana. It's like, and if you go back to last year, Tennessee, I think, was the only time, Tennessee and Michigan, was the only time you didn't, but we lost to a Michigan team where all our guys showed up to play and all their guys was in the portal. I mean, opted out, and we still got beat. So that's what my concern is moving forward. 11-4 is an improvement. I'm excited in one breath, but concerned about how do we raise the floor for Alabama football, because there's zero reason for a crimson jersey and a team with that script A to look the way they look today. I don't care how good Indiana is. There is a problem when you get beat like that.
Yeah.
That you have to address. And the question that we're going to ask tomorrow, and I'm going to let you guys think on it, does DeBoer have the guts to make the changes, or will we be in the same boat winning 10, 11 games next year, but still feeling like Alabama's not back, like Alabama is trending down? Because that's the way you feel right now. Even though Alabama was one game from playing in the Final Four, you don't feel that way. And feelings are fickle, and I get it. But this is the emotional fan talking, not the, the guy that's looking at the results of the wins, but looking at the results of the losses. That's my concern. And
the ceiling still feels like it's there. It's just the floor is so bad.
Yeah, it's like yeah, we have the potential, but I'm willing to say one more year, Coach. Let's see what you do when you get your guys in all the spots.
You gonna get rid of them after next year?
No, I'm saying I want this feeling to be gone after next year. I want the feeling to be. Do you like if we had ended last week, if that would have been a bowl game last week, I would be hyped going into this offseason.
Yeah.
Saban was talking about, I feel like Alabama got their mojo back. Everybody was saying, I feel like Alabama got their mojo back. They scored 34 straight points. Do you understand if you take away those 2.5 quarters? Do you realize how bad it's been since we were up 17-0?
Against Auburn, yeah.
Yeah, do you realize how bad? Do you realize how bad it's been if you take away those 2.5 quarters of football and look at what's happened since the end of the second quarter of the Auburn game, the Georgia game, the first quarter and a half, and then all four of these? It's bad. So you don't feel
especially you can't feel good, especially when you talk about going back to last year. When you look at his losses, we put up 35 against Vandy. Defense just didn't show up. Then it was 10 against Tennessee, 3 against Oklahoma, 17, I think, against 14 or 17 against Michigan, 17 against Florida State, 20 against Oklahoma, or 21 against Oklahoma, 7-3. The most since his first loss in Alabama Crimson Tide, as the Alabama Crimson Tide head coach, we haven't scored more than 21 points when we've gotten beat.
Right. So,
which means our defense is showing up. Our offense.
Not today.
Not today. Not today.
All right. Well, hey, thank you all so much for jumping on this instant replay with the Houston Huddle. I'm Martin Houston. That's Simeon Houston. That's Xavier Houston. We'll be back tomorrow bright and early, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to talk about Big Ten versus SEC. We'll talk about the game again. We'll get thoughts there. We'll talk about DeBoer and whether he has the courage to do what needs to be done. We'll talk about the portal. Where do you go in the portal? We'll talk about the highs and lows. We'll talk about don't forget, the Houston Huddle is more than Alabama football. We'll be breaking down when we come back in our next show. We'll be talking about Nate Oates and this basketball. It's a shame that we now so hyped can't wait to get to basketball season. But that's
Big
where
hype.
we are. That's where we're at. And I'm excited that Nate Oates at least gives us that little piece of joy.
And we'll cover the rest of the football season too. These next,
Yeah. We'll talk about the bowl games. We'll talk about who we think. We're gonna jump in here and see what's going on with Georgia and Ole Miss.
3-0 Ole Miss.
Yeah, and hey, with the way things going, for me, the logo on the helmet, I still have a hard time getting past it, but I'm gonna have to for next year because that time is gone.
Yeah,
the NIL and the transfer portal and the money has changed all of that. So, and I'm gonna have to adjust my analysis and my picks to accommodate that.
And can Alabama boosters step up to the plate? Can they quit talking about Saban days and realize this is the reason Saban's not here, and we need to make a change to make sure that this team stays competitive?
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate you guys. And I'll see YouTube bright and early, and hopefully we'll see all of Maniacs that's online here that you'll join the Martin Houston show in the morning as well. And, guys, I never got the reason we didn't have more engagement here was my page. Facebook has done whatever they're doing again, so we'll get it fixed. We apologize for that. But we appreciate you guys, all of you that hung in here with us for this therapy session. We'll continue our therapy session in the morning. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.